Welcome back to the Can You Geek podcast. This is season 3, episode 1, where season 2 never happened, and it's the Days of Future Past.
What's season 2?
I don't know. It's a mythical thing. Is just like our old co-host Aaron. He no longer exists.
Yeah.
He is dead to us, and we are bringing in a new co-host named Poston.
Hello.
Say hello. Yes,
Hello.
there he is.
We don't believe in even numbers here. It's only odd numbers.
Oh,
Yeah,
I just cringed.
So yeah,
It's great
We
to
decided-
be here, guys. Great
we
to
are
be
happy
here.
to have you.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
For some reason, we never thought about just doing the two of us. We wanted a third, and I think it is our fear of even numbers.
I think we did one episode where it was just me and you, and it was like 40 minutes long. Like
It wasn't
'cause
a
we
bad
didn't have-
episode. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was a very good episode, but we didn't have that third person to, push us into that hour and a half mark, Aaron.
Yeah, and just insult me constantly.
Yeah.
So
In Aaron's defense, he does ramble a lot.
Oh, he knows it too.
So we could probably trim like 30 minutes off of that. I think an hour is great. You just
Oh,
edit
easily.
out the Aaron
Yeah.
rambles. I think you're good.
For
so
sure.
the goal always was to be a nice, commute to work podcast. So you could listen to us on the way to work, and I don't know many people that have a 90-minute drive to work. But
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Right now, I have, whenever I go in, about a 20-minute ride, and that's 20 miles. It normally takes me about an hour. So maybe we need to trim these down. We'll just chop them up,
Just chop 'em all the
20-minute
way down.
increments. Yeah.
Hey, you never know. It could be a possibility with how our scheduling has been since
It is.
January.
It's very true. I don't know. This whole thing's been kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I am not a giant fan of working from home, but here I am trying to live my best
Yeah.
life.
Hey, I'm right there with you. I've since hanging out with you and Aaron in Indiana, and since husband Rob, who joined us there as well.
Super sick mustache, by the way. My God.
Ugh.
If you ever pictured a 70s porn star mustache, it is the epitome of what Rob has on his face.
I would definitely
That's a
write
fact.
it. I
Yeah.
would write it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you would.
But yeah, since we were all in Indiana, I've literally left my house, I want to say maybe 12 times since March.
Damn.
You're leaving out the part where we flew out to Indiana, and we were told that, at least in the States, we were told that everything was pretty much contained.
Yep.
Using air quotes. We lost track of time, to put it briefly, while we were in Indiana. And on the ride back, actually, you and I ate. Where did we eat? What was that? Chili's? Some shitty restaurant. It was Chili's.
Chili's
right?
or Fridays in the airport.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was one of those two. It was the weirdest thing I've ever experienced in my life. If you've ever seen 28 Days Later, you've got people wearing masks and gloves, and that was in Indiana. Or no, that was in Kentucky. Sorry, that was that tiny. It's not even an international airport, is it? There's like 12 gates or something. It was a tiny airport. It was not very big. But
No, it was like Louisville International or whatever they called it. Yeah.
Okay, they're really stretching international. Come on, let's be real. But I flew back to Texas. I landed in DFW at their actual international airport, like a man's airport, and it was insane. Like it was like nothing I'd ever seen before. And here I am, just with my backpack, no mask, no gloves, no nothing. And I'm like, well, here I am. I felt very odd, like freshman in high school odd, where you do not fit in at all. It was so weird, man. So surreal too.
I progressively went through the stages of weirdness on that trip home. So me and you in the airport at Louisville, and then I flew to Atlanta and was at the Atlanta airport, which basically seemed
That's
like
a big airport. Yeah, that's another big one.
it was really, but it was like nothing was going on at all. I'm knowing already that when I get home, I'm in 14-day quarantine. I'm not allowed to leave my house. I'm not allowed to talk to anybody.
Yeah. None of your family was allowed to stay either, were they?
No. So while I'm texting them and calling them while I'm at like Atlanta, like trying to figure out, okay, how's this going to work when I get home, figuring out the ride situation and stuff, because I needed to get home from the airport. And then I get on in from Atlanta, and Atlanta, like literally was pre-COVID. There was nobody was in masks, nobody was wearing gloves, everybody was just walking around normal. And then I landed in Calgary, which is in Canada, and everybody's in masks. There's like 6 feet apart, nobody's close. And I'm sitting there, no mask, backpack, sitting at the terminal, like, okay, I need some food. There was a Burger King right at the terminal, so I grabbed some food, sat in like my little corner and ate all by myself. Everybody was talking about how crazy it was because everybody was coming home from vacation. Half the people that were there were like snowbirds, we call them up here, where they live like half the year in like Palm Springs.
We got those here. Yeah. Snowbirds. Yeah.
And so some of them are coming back because they're like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to come back in April. So they're coming back early. So they're having to like organize all that stuff. And it was surreal. And then I get back home and I walk out of the terminal, call my wife, and I'm like, okay, I'm here. She drives up with her car, or with our car. She gets out of the car, leaves the keys on the dash.
Jumps
into her dad's car.
God.
So her dad drove out to the airport, jumped into her dad's car. We waved. I got into the car, drove myself home to be isolated for 14 days.
Oh man.
Yeah. And then on night 13 going into day 14, my wife got really sick. They told her she probably had COVID, but because it was so early and they weren't going to hospitalize her, they didn't have tests. So they couldn't test her, but because her parents are older, they were considered high risk. She was no longer allowed to stay with them. So then her and the kids have to come home. So I leave for the first time in 2 weeks to go to the hospital to pick up my sick wife.
Oh my gosh.
Go to her parents to pick up my kids to then drive home where we're now quarantined again until symptoms alleviate. It was amazing.
That
The
really
start
sounds
of all
like
of this. Oh yeah. So it's been fun.
While Rob was on the plane coming home, right, is when the Navy came out with when the DOD came out with like all of their restrictions and stuff. So he was literally flying home, and they set the restrictions saying that he couldn't travel, couldn't take leave without the admiral's permission, blah, 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 blah. And even now, today, he still isn't supposed to leave a 50-mile radius from his command. We're already 10 miles away from the command just based on where we live as the crow flies.
Huh.
It takes 3 hours to get over there because you got to drive around the sound, but still, he can't go anywhere. I had to go camping on 4th of July with my family by myself.
Yeah, he got to play lots of video games that weekend.
Oh, he did. That was an amazing time, by the way.
I'm sure.
Wow. We had a lot of fun while you were gone.
Oh, sorry, sure. Rob. We totally just outed you.
No, I knew exactly what was going to happen when I left.
He did his handiwork around the house. He did the handiwork, and then he played.
No, he didn't do any work until the day I came home. Like the morning I was coming home, he did all the work that morning, and then I flooded my kitchen.
That was him doing the work.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't know how to put the washer back together. But that's neither here nor there. Insurance is covering it, though. So there's that.
Nice.
I get my new floors, and the insurance is going to foot the bill. Hell yeah.
How much did y'all flood? Did y'all flood like everything?
So the kitchen and laundry room area is upstairs.
Uh-huh.
And so when it flooded, all of our ventilation upstairs is in the floor.
Right.
So the water went into those ventilation ducts, and then it started going around the ventilation ducts and like went through the ceiling downstairs and flooded out like all of the hardwood floors in the kitchen and dining room started lifting up before they even finished drying it out.
Oh no, that's bad.
So yeah, it was pretty bad. Right now, we ended up pulling up the carpet in the living room ourselves just to try to save some cost on, labor, but I'm getting all my new floors. I don't care.
See, silver linings. Maybe he did this on purpose for you. Did you ever think about that?
He got excited about finding a mail key. If that's not a man thing, I don't know what is.
Wait, a mail key? Like
the mailbox. The mailbox key.
Okay.
He found it in the filter of the washing machine.
Huh.
And got
different.
really excited and didn't get the filter put back in all the way.
It's the little things in life, I guess.
Yep. On the plus side, we hadn't seen that key in like a year, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Whose fault was it that they lost it? It was probably
Rob's. Yeah.
It was in one of our pockets. I'm not sure whose fault it was anymore. It was so long ago.
So diplomatic.
Well, I can't blame him for everything.
That's what we can do for you.
That's true.
Oh,
it's been weird.
It has.
Well, and I started a new job too.
Oh, yes, you did. Life is changing.
Yep. I'm full-time now, which is nice, but I also do still have to go to the office every day, unless James is sick. Yeah.
Damn.
I can work from home if I have to, and normally an if I have to situation is if somebody in the family is sick, which a couple weeks ago happened. James couldn't go to daycare because he had a runny nose, which he's a kid in daycare. He's going to get a runny nose eventually. But they didn't want me to take him back. So I had to stay home with him, and I have the ability to work from home. So I did, which was really nice, but I don't want to abuse that. So I still go to the office every day now that everybody's better.
It's good to put in FaceTime.
It really is. I originally was remote full time. And now
like
it's
Rob.
it's only 3 days a week, just so I can go in and do checks and mail and payroll and all that stuff. It's so weird. So we share an office with actually one of our clients, and it fits about 100 people in it. There are 4 people in that entire office. There's nobody there. It is the weirdest feeling ever. Like, it's so weird. And then we're talking about going full-time remote and just having like one singular office in there with 2 workstations and a mailroom, because that's really all we need. Like, no one down here, no one is going into the office, at least in Texas. I take that back. Essential workers, grocery workers, whoever rolls into that stupid essential category that they made is obviously going in. But anybody that works for non-retail is basically full-time remote, and it shows, because our internet is dog shit down here right now. Like, it pops you off and online constantly all day long. It's so annoying. It's awful.
That would get stupid annoying.
Well, yeah, that's what happens whenever you don't build the infrastructure for residential areas like you say you are. So
I bet you Aaron knows a lot about that.
I'm sure he does.
Living out in freaking the sticks, Kentuckiana.
Yeah, I don't know why you would do that.
That is legit. After going there to visit, I used to joke he lived in the middle of nowhere, and then I got to see it. It is the middle of nowhere.
Okay. That is not the middle of nowhere.
This is coming from a Texan.
Okay, very true. But there are at least houses within like a stone's throw away from his house.
Oh, yeah, that's not really the middle of nowhere.
Middle of nowhere. So
yeah, it's not full farmland.
It's not full farmland. It's actually a really nice area. Super cool area. But middle of nowhere is like where my parents live. My uncle lives beside my parents. And then now my grandmother, or now brother, since he acquired her house, live kind of close to each other. And then that's it on that road. There's one house at the very end of the road that's like 1.5 miles away. That's the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, that's where my grandma lives in northern BC. It's very remote. But
man, living off the grid.
Peaceful is what they call it. Peaceful. It's so quiet out here. Oh, it's so quiet. You can't hear anything.
See all the freaking stars.
I do. That is one thing I miss about that. You could see like the Milky Way and stuff out at my parents' house. Not up in Dallas. Nope, there's nothing. You can't see shit at night. Except for jets.
Dallas is huge.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the Texas way. We don't, we do it big. So
that airport sucks, though. Like, it's a nice airport and it's huge, but it sucks.
DFW, I, knock on wood, have not had a bad experience at DFW International. That's, again, if I had a choice, though, I'm flying out of Love Field, which is in Dallas. DFW International is kind of like in between Dallas and Fort Worth. It's like in a weird, like no man's land, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But Love Field is like 20 gates. It's like the Kentucky International Airport that Steve and I were at. There's like 20 gates, and that's it. And it's in and out. Oh my God, it's amazing too. It's so simple.
Yeah, every time we've flown through Dallas, we get delayed for so long that it's like we could have rented a car and drove home.
Dude, that's weird.
Yeah.
I've only been to DFW once, the airport. It was returning from our honeymoon. They routed us through there. On the way down, I think it was Indianapolis we went through, or Denver.
Where were y'all coming from?
Mexico.
Okay. I get you. Yep.
Unless you're on a charter, like one of those like SunQuest resorts or whatever, like where you pre-book the hotel and everything.
Yeah.
There's no direct flights from Vancouver to Mexico, so we had to go through. I think we booked on Delta. I think it was Delta we booked, and then the last day of our honeymoon, we get a message to come to the reception. We go up to reception, and our flight's been canceled. We're like, what? And they're like, there wasn't enough people on the plane, so we're canceling it.
Oh my God, dude, that is such bullshit. Oh my God.
Sucks.
Yeah, the hotel gave us an extra day for free though.
That's nice.
And then we flew out the next day, but it was just like exactly what you want when you're trying to finish your honeymoon up.
That's ridiculous. I don't.
Yeah. So from what I saw, it wasn't a bad airport, but I was not in the best mindset to judge an airport at that point.
Yeah. Like I said, I haven't had a bad experience with the airport itself. One of my flights got canceled and I had to like rush to rebook way early in the morning. But the airport itself, for the most part, is pretty simple. There's just, there's a lot of gates. Or not even gates. It's like A through E. What is that? Like sections of the airport. I can't remember what.
Oh,
Terminals?
Yeah.
Terminals. Thank you. There we go. That's a big word. I'm proud of myself.
I think that was the first airport I went into that had a train to connect the different terminals.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Once you go through security, you can ride that bad boy all around all you want. It's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That was the first one I'd been in that had that. It was weird because I know we had to switch too. We landed in like B and had to go to D or something. And I was like,
yeah,
how did we get there?
You just take the train, baby. Yeah, that's pretty snazzy. Actually, the DART, Dallas Area Rapid Transit, I think will take you straight to DFW now. So you can just ride the train all the way to DFW International.
That's smart.
Dallas is they're pretty dope with like their transportation. Like I'm actually impressed, especially with that
Seattle's
train.
I know Seattle's light rail does that now, and I know Portland's gets you really close, if not goes all the way there now too. Their transit systems, but
drop you off like a mile away from Portland and wish you the best of luck. Like, hey, we hope you make it. We ran out of money for track to make it to the airport.
No. They normally dropped you off on the other side of like the parking garage.
Really? I guess it's not awful.
Yeah, it didn't. I don't know if they've changed it. That was a very long time ago.
Oh, they've got to
have changed something by now.
Yeah.
But Seattle's goes right up to it.
Seattle's airport is not really in Seattle.
No, it's not.
Is it like on the outskirts?
It's basically in Tacoma.
Yeah. Well, it's called Seattle Tacoma International.
Yeah.
It's in between Seattle and Tacoma.
It's basically like you hit downtown Seattle and then you drive another 40 minutes. Yeah. 45 minutes.
Or 3 hours, depending on traffic.
Yep. Yes, that is very true.
I hate Seattle so much.
It's so weird to me that it's like, hey, Rob's 10 miles from the base or wherever he needs to be, but it takes like 3 hours to drive around to get there, roughly.
Yeah, so you have to drive
we've got
down.
The sound separating us.
Oh,
you have to drive way down beyond the bay and then back up.
Can't you like take a boat or something? All the way down to Tacoma.
There's 2 ferries you could take.
Okay. Didn't Aaron used to have to take ferries way back in the day?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that. And his commute was still like an hour and a half, though.
Yeah, because
the ferry's not fast.
The Seattle Bremerton ferry takes an hour to go one way. There's fast ferries now too that are walk on that take like 30 minutes to get from Seattle to Bremerton and back.
Yeah, I think those were
not awful, I guess.
No, the one we took an hour when we went to PAX, the passenger one.
Yeah,
we stayed with Aaron for PAX.
That one takes an hour. The new fast ferries are only like, I don't know, maybe a year old now, if that. They're walk-on only or bicyclists. So, yeah, they're gonna start another fast ferry from Southworth to Fauntleroy, which is South Seattle.
I just imagine a ferry with like 9 engines on it. Just, all right, kids, come on, let's go. Hurry. Fast, quickly. That would be amazing. I'd ride that every single time. I don't care if I had to sign a waiver. It's like, you might drown. It's like, oh, whatever.
It's a tiny little boat, but it kicks up some wake.
Oh, I'm sure. That's awesome.
I'll usually race it in the morning on the beach road when I'm taking James to daycare.
How many people can it hold, do you think?
I'm not sure. I've never been on one.
I know pontoon boats. How many pontoon boats is it? That's a big boat for me.
How many lake party boats is it? That's what I need to know.
It's about like 1.5 of those pontoon boats. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's like tiny though for like a ferry. Dude, I bet that thing does shit.
So it's probably like 50 people. Yeah,
I think there's 2 levels to it though for people to sit.
Okay. I guess that makes sense because there's like sometimes there's 2-story pontoon boats. Those ones, ooh, those are scary though.
I can see it.
No.
You don't go fast.
Nope.
You gonna flip that.
Like 100 people on that ferry, that would make sense.
What's the water like? I've never been to Seattle. Is the water at least pretty clear up there, or is it like that brown water? Okay.
No, it's really clear.
Cold.
It's cold as
cold,
F.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I figured as much. So the 2 ferries that I've taken, I guess you'd call it a ferry. Actually, Padre, I don't consider that bad. Padre, Corpus Christi, water's not awful. The only ferry I've ever taken was in New Orleans, and it was to cross. Ooh. What's the river? Is that the Mississippi? Oh,
yeah, that river's mud.
My God, I died on the inside. And you've got all these people taking pictures. I'm like, why would you want pictures with brown water behind you? It's disgusting. Nope, no way, no how. But, oh, God, I don't know. And that's the only ferry I took, and it was just an old ferry, and there was just diesel exhaust blowing in your face the entire time.
Oh, yeah. No, that's not good.
I mean, it's not. Keep in mind, I'm from a tiny town, so that's like erotic to me. But to normal people, no, definitely not. No.
Moving on.
I'll be honest, though, I miss this. It's nice talking again.
Oh, I know.
So,
I'm
especially
so
now.
Glad to be back.
I don't have a whole lot of social interaction. I don't think anybody does. All of my interaction is basically done online. It's very weird.
I was excited to go put signs up at a house that we listed today because I got to talk to the owners for 20 minutes.
I don't blame you. I'm excited to go into the office twice a week. I'm like, oh, this is amazing to actually drive somewhere.
Are you though?
I really am. It's and no one's there. Normally, if I do not have the door to my office closed, no one ever shuts up. Everyone has a single question. So it is very nice to have nobody on my team there and for them to just leave me the F alone. No worries whatsoever. Oh my God, it's amazing. So nice.
Perfect.
So nice. What about you, Steve?
What about me?
I don't know. I mean, you're full-time remote, right?
Yeah, basically. I'm not supposed to be. The directors at my work don't like that we're full-time remote right now. They're trying everything to do to get us back into the office.
Do any of them listen to this?
I don't know. Probably not, but it's okay. I've been pushing to have the ability to work remote for 5 years. So
this is a very nice save, by the way. I didn't even think about that.
It's I don't know. It's one of my frustrations with my work is it's a very old school way of thinking where they feel like if we're working from remote, we can be replaced, and so they don't think we should work remote. But I do tech support. All my work is just entering code into the system. I can do that from anywhere as long as I have a good internet connection. So my boss is trying to push to have us the ability to permanently stay remote, not full time, but just stay remote after everything starts to settle down. So right now they're asking for us to go back in the near future, 1 day a week, alternating, because I share an office with a lady. And our office, we're not 6 feet apart if we're both in there at the same time.
Oh, so, really?
It's a converted closet.
Well, no, there's no windows.
No Steve, windows either.
You're that guy on Office Space. Oh my goodness.
I'm totally. You stole my stapler.
Move you to the basement soon.
Actually, the basement has windows, so they wouldn't do that because that's where the production center is. The production center people want me in the basement, so they would like that. But no, so if we do that, it'll be like she works Monday and I'll work Friday or something like that. I'm 2.5 miles from work. Let me see. Hold on. Let me do the conversion.
Oh, really? God, you could walk there. You could bike there. Holy hell.
Yeah.
I'm 3 miles, exactly 3 miles from my door to my office. I want to cycle there. The problem has been I have to drop the kids off at school. So
you should make them walk uphill both ways in the snow like all of us had to do.
Exactly. But in January, their new school opens. And their new school is 2 blocks from our house. So they'll be able to walk to school, and they're super excited of that.
Nice.
But yeah, no, if I'm going in 1 day a week, because my wife still, she just started actively looking for a job again after her severance.
Dude, it's rough, man. It's so rough right now.
Oh, it is. We're doing better than you guys are when it comes to the COVID response. But even then, still people are hesitant with
seems like most countries are. It's weird.
Yeah, we kind of listened and wore masks.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, dude. Those encroach on my freedoms, okay? Okay? All right?
I know.
Bless.
Yeah. So I almost feel like we need to shit on Aaron not being here more, but I don't know. We did a pretty good job at the beginning.
Who's Aaron?
The guy that used to host the show.
I don't know any Aaron. Like Aaron Aaron or
Aaron. You
done
messed
down
up
Aaron Hennessy's office. What was that? Oh my God. What was that? Does somebody have a pig? No, they don't. No, they don't. Listen to it. Did it find a truffle? What is that?
Oh
my God.
Oh, Sydney, was that you? Oh, bless. You're one of those people who snorts. Okay.
Yep,
That's
sure
amazing.
I'm not even ashamed.
Wow.
It's just a fact of life now.
That made me lightheaded.
I think I had a sticker on the ship that said Miss Piggy on my locker. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, that's so good.
That's amazing. That is amazing. Yeah, I don't. So this is back to, I get very sidetracked. Y'all learned that very fast. Actually, y'all already know that. But here's the weird thing about going into the office. And this is what's crazy. So nobody's driving their car right now. It's a couple things to think about. This is the stuff that I nerd out about. I have a portable, and you guys might have one, but it's a portable battery. So you can jump your car off and do like a whole bunch of other stuff. Just to if your car ever dies in the middle of nowhere, no one has those down here. They have jumper cables, and that's pretty much it. I've had to jump off nothing shy of at least 30 cars in my neighborhood because nobody drove them for so long. Like there are people who got bubbles in their sidewall on a couple of their tires because it's set for so long. Like it's insane. Gosh. Yeah, it's no one ever thinks about it. Hell, everybody's like, you got to have a car, especially in Texas. You have to have, if you don't live directly in DFW or directly in Fort Worth or directly in like a major metro area in Texas, you have to have a car. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, unless somehow you've lucked out and your house is like right across the street from your work.
Transit, yeah.
Yes, it's like I drive 18 miles to work one way, and right now it takes me no time to get there. It's 2 main roads, and boom, I'm there. But whenever things weren't weird like they are now, it took me like an hour to get to work. It was so weird. It's just weird now to be able to leave at 7:30 in the morning and get there in 20 minutes as opposed to an hour. So I don't know. Drive your car, I guess, is the moral of the story, because you never know what's going to happen.
At least go start it.
Yeah, that's true. Even then, dude, you have to start it and drive it for a while. And you can't so gas nowadays, if you don't put stabilizers in your gasoline, I don't know how it works for diesels, if anybody has a diesel engine, but if you don't stabilize your gasoline in your tank, I don't think it only lasts like 90 days or something, or 120 days before it starts to break down. So I'm full of useless information, especially about
that's
cars.
Not useless.
But yeah, drive your cars. It's not bad. 1 day a week though, that is seriously not bad. And you get out of the house, because if you think about it,
air.
yes, you at least get fresh air. You get out of the house, because I'm fairly sure that your workstation is also your gaming station at night.
Oh, 100%.
Yes. So if I work at home all day, normally if I was at the office, I come home, I'd sit down, like we eat dinner, we do all this, yada, yada, yada. I come and then I play video games for like 3 or 4 hours. Cool. Like now I'm like, oh my God, I've been here all flipping day. Like I do not want to look at these damn screens anymore. And I'm like, all right, 1 or 2 hours, I'm good. Yes.
Yeah. It's hard to game.
Yeah. It really is. But it's just it's been weird all around, dude, because I'm a very social person. I work in everything, but mainly sales. So I like to interact with people. I'm very visual. So you take that away from me. So the first couple months were very rough for me, and I'm not going to lie to you. Kind of a bad person. Like I've been to a couple gatherings, family gatherings and stuff like that. So it's at that point to where if I don't do that, I've got to worry about my mental health and getting out there and interacting with people. So I don't know. It's hit everybody different, but not being able, because normally I go to conferences for work. Can't do that. I'm not going to do the virtual thing. I think it's a waste of money. Like it's just, oh man, it's 2020 has not been lit, as the kids say.
Nah, man.
It's been about as good as the Fire Festival.
Yeah, exactly. That went off without a hitch, too.
Totally did. Nothing happened
was
there.
Supposed to be great. Dang it.
I'm just waiting for aliens to invade at this point. That would at least make things new and interesting.
Well, so the best part about this, because I do geek out about like extraterrestrial and UFO stuff. It is one of my many things I geek out about. During all of this stuff with COVID going on and people freaking out about everything else under the moon, the U.S. government just decided to go, by the way, oh yeah, look, we actually have videos and yeah, they're real. Here you go.
Dude, okay. Full disclosure, as I probably already said in these, 35 minutes we've been doing this, from a tiny town, hey, this is Earth. This is Earth. Here we are. Mm-hmm. There's life out there. I don't understand, dude. If people are like, flat earthers are crazy to me, Earth is round, I'm sorry. There's other life out there somewhere, guys. All right, we ain't found it yet, but we're going to find it one day. Hopefully it's in my lifetime, and hopefully it doesn't murder us like every movie wants it to.
I like to troll the flat earthers.
Oh my God.
It's so much fun.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Do you guys watch All Gas No Brakes? Have y'all seen that guy on YouTube who runs around and does? We watched Steve whenever we were in Indiana. We watched him do the NASCAR one. That was All Gas No Brakes.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, very embarrassing for my state. He went to a flat earther convention in Dallas, Texas.
Of course.
It is hilarious. Oh my God. Anything that dude puts out, please watch it. It's amazing. It's funny, but he started doing more serious stuff about like the protests and stuff. It's his newer stuff is more serious and good. His older stuff where he goes and trolls people is amazing. Seriously, watch that. It is hilarious.
I just want to know if anybody has fallen off the earth yet, with these 6 foot distancing guidelines, whatever. I just want to know if anybody's fallen off yet.
Yeah,
and where did they go? What happened?
The best part is how flat earthers don't take cruises because they don't want to fall. It's a trap to them. They're going to fall off the side of the earth. We ain't doing that. Not today, Satan. That is nope. We're not doing that.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Oh, there was a flat Earth guy that built his own rocket so that he could prove that the Earth was flat, and then saw that it was curved, and was like, "Nah, it's still fake."
Dude,
like,
no, there is a documentary on Netflix. What is it? I can't remember the name. It's like Avoiding the Curve or something. And at the very end, I haven't seen it. I need to watch it, but I saw the highlight where they like go like 5 miles away or some set distance, and they're like, "All right, we're going to put this card," but this is how they prove that the Earth is flat, mind you, with a cardboard with holes cut out in it. Just throwing that out there and a flashlight. This is their scientific evidence. They go and they're like, "All right, we're gonna hold this at body length, and then we're gonna shine the light in the bottom hole, and we're gonna be able to see it from this amount away." And obviously, they've got a camera on it. You can't see shit, nothing. And they're like, "All right, raise the flashlight up to the top hole that proves that there's a curve on the Earth," and they raise it up, and then you see the flashlight shining. Somebody made a meme about it online, and it played the Curb Your Enthusiasm. At the very, dude, it was hilarious, man.
So that movie's called Behind the Curve.
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah, it's it's good times.
Stuff like that. I am one of those people who normally doesn't care, but I get very embarrassed for other people. I don't know if you guys suffer from that. I know that other people do, and it's where you can't take the embarrassment that someone else has, and you have to like look away. If you've ever seen Impractical Jokers, there are times when I have to look away because I feel so embarrassed for some of the stuff that they have to do that I have to look away. Like I can't watch it. It's just, it gives me anxiety just talking about it, to be honest. Ugh. All right,
I'm not one of those people.
Moving on.
Oh, he doesn't want to talk about the Impractical Joker guys. All right.
Oh, I love it. Hey,
he pushed himself too far.
We have went to go see them live. They're hilarious, but some of the stuff it's cringeworthy. Oh god.
Oh no, I feel you. So sometimes I have to like walk away from the TV when I'm watching them. Like, oh, they're not really going to do that. Oh, they're not going to go that far. Oh no, what are you doing? I can't. It's just. And then I try to put myself in the other person's shoes. Like, how would I respond to that? And it's like, I'd probably punch you. Let's be real. Some of the things that they say or do, it's like, really?
I'm fairly sure that they have been. I mean, I know that there's been a couple times where people have like come at them.
Yeah, and most of the time they can't put that on the
obviously.
TV.
That would be amazing though.
You got to get permission from people to air things like that.
Yes,
whatever.
Yes, you do.
Steve, do they have Impractical Jokers up there in America's Hat? Okay.
Yep.
All right, just making sure.
Yeah, I don't watch it as often because the kids, but yes, we do have it up here.
I don't blame you for that. Some of the stuff they do is real dumb.
I know, but it's hilarious. It's like a Jackass light. Oh man, I missed that show.
There's a game show they were doing for a while.
Wipeout? Is that like the one where they just beat the shit out of the contestants? No,
they. You're talking
the Impractical Jokers. It's where they like which one's worse type of thing.
Oh, yeah, we're totally different show I'm talking about.
Crap, I can't remember it. I'm gonna Google it. I got Google.
It is the 21st century. We have the technology.
You don't know.
Speaking of technology in the 21st century, we will hopefully be moving this podcast into the 21st century and actually live broadcasting it in the near future. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
That would be amazing. You know, I'm actually going to start streaming as well, just waiting on artwork from a very reliable source that we know.
Yeah, his name doesn't happen to be Aaron. I know that.
It rhymes with Schmerin.
Yeah.
Karen?
It's totally
there you go. You got it.
He needs artwork from a Karen.
What was that? Was that a reverse snort?
Yeah.
Yep, it was. It was.
Oh.
Bless.
I've been streaming since once trying to get like one stream in a week on Twitch, and then you're gonna hopefully start soon, and then we'll have Sid on when we do the podcast versions. It'll be nice.
That
will be pretty cool.
It'll be weird at first, I think, but it'll be fun.
For me, because I've never done anything like that, so it'll be weird for me. But
just remember that you can't pick your nose because there's a camera on you. That's like the golden rule of all times, and you'll be good.
That's fair.
Yeah, you'll be fine. No worries.
Or you can, and we can just call it content.
Oh, that is true.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Gross.
You never know. Hey, grosser things have caught fire on the internet. So let's just be real.
That's fair.
Let's be real. That is very mild.
Yeah.
Misery Index. Misery Index. That's the name of the game show.
Oh, okay.
Misery Index?
Yes, it's hilarious.
I don't think I've ever heard of that.
Oh, what channel is it on?
It almost sounds
it's
like
probably True TV, right?
I think so. It's on Hulu.
Misery Index Economics. Oh, yeah, that's True TV. Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, there was Kings of Pain, too. That was a interesting show we watched recently where these two guys go around the world and get bitten or stung by insects and other painful creatures to create their own pain index.
Oh, that's Fear that. So hold on, Steve. That sounds like Wild Boys. Do y'all not remember Wild Boys back in the day with Steve-O and Chris Pontius?
God, I do.
Yeah, dude. They used to go around and do all kinds of dumb shit like that. They yes.
See, but these guys did it in a scientific way. They had a scale, and then they would.
Okay,
I mean that's fair, but still, it was hilarious.
Just because they did it in banana hammocks does not make it any less scientific than what your guys did it as. Okay, really.
Oh God, this. I miss this.
What was that?
She was trying to hold in a snort and it didn't work.
It did not. Oh my God. We're gonna be so rich with all these truffles we find.
Oh, I'm good.
Guys, I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know what a truffle is, to be 100% honest. Isn't it a mushroom?
Something like that. It's not so good.
I think it's a fungus, yeah. Small amounts, I find it okay, but
what is it for again?
It's like a garnish.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, see, y'all eat fancy food. I'm still stuck on like Vienna sausages. I don't think that has truffles on it.
A truffle is a subterranean fungus.
Huh.
Yeah.
That does sound like some northern
be trained
stuff.
to dig them up.
Really? Dude, that's wild.
It literally doesn't take very much to put the flavor on stuff either, and then people get truffle oil and they're like, oh, and they dump like tons on, and then it just bleh.
It's nasty. Then it's not so good.
No.
Teeny tiny bit, maybe. Ugh. Not a fan. I don't even like mushrooms though, so
yeah.
I
don't mind
something
them actually.
that's considered a fungus is not something I'm going to put in my body.
Yeah.
You don't like a little fungi?
Nope. But
that does sound a little weird. Oh, you know what? Speaking of fungi, this is a hell of a pivot. But you know what? I didn't even mention this. Back when we were talking about the whole COVID thing. Dude, I got lumped in. I think I told you guys this. I'm going to rehash the story for you guys, though, because this is such a pain in the ass. I got lumped in with the COVID testing people. I had a super sore throat, worse than anything I've ever felt in my life, dude. I mean, it was awful. And I don't get sick a whole lot. But I had a fever one day. I felt like death. You know, like Apple has one of those little health apps, and it tells you how much you walk. On like the worst day, I walked like 58 steps. That's about the extent of how much I walked. And I never do that. I mean, it was weird. So I did like the doctor on demand. It's like where you FaceTime a doctor and they're like, well, sounds like you may have the symptoms of it. We're going to go get you tested. So I go and get tested and I feel like crap, basically. And there's this giant lump on my neck. No idea what it is. And I mean, it's obviously a swollen lymph node, but it's massive. So I have to wait 7 days to get my results back. Finally get them back and it's negative. Well, at that point, the sore throat's gone away, but I have this big lump on the side of my neck that will not go away at all. And I finally go to the doctor. Dude, I'm not going to lie to you. I was freaking out. I updated my will. I did all that stuff because I'm like, all right, well, this is it. I've had 34 good years. Like, all right, gave it a really good run. But I go in, they test me for strep. I'm like, yeah, you got strep. It's fine. They give me a Z-Pack and some steroids. It does not go away at all. And it grows. And it's growing. And also fun fact, never knew this about strep. So your sore throat goes away and your lymph node tries to fight it. It can't beat it and it starts collecting fluid. So the growth was a bunch of fluid that my lymph node couldn't drain. And she said, oh, and also if we didn't catch this in time, there's a chance that fluid can move around your body. It can make its way to your heart and then you can die. I'm like, oh, well, that's amazing. Thank you so much for catching this. Yeah. Doesn't go away. I have to go back, still have strep. They give me I swear to goodness, horse pill antibiotics. These things, have you ever seen like those one-a-day multivitamins?
You have to make sure you eat plenty of yogurt with those ones.
I ain't even playing with you. I thought it was a suppository. I was like, I ain't going to be able to do this. There's no way in hell. Not at all. But no, she's like, you got to swallow those. And it was rough. Finally went away though. So that's been great. Apparently, and she was pissed too. She's like, well, you should have came in. And I'm like, well, let's be real. I don't want to have to pay $100 to come in here and if I don't have to, because the doctor on demand's free. The FaceTime stuff's free. I like free. Free's good. We can't all have free healthcare like some countries. Right. But yeah, she was pissed. She said, oh, well, you know what? Everybody's lumping everybody into this COVID pool. And she was legit pissed. She was like, I don't even want to wear these masks. I'm like, all right, you're kind of part of the problem, but you're making me feel better. So I'm going to let this slide right now. Whatever. Oh man. This is a lot of fun. 2020 has been lit, for lack of a better word. It's been amazing.
Yes, it has.
I'm pulling it.
They say bad things happen in threes, and I thought, okay, I guess the radiator hose in the truck was number 1, flood in the house was number 2, and then I saw that I had sidewall showing on one of my tires, so I went and got new shoes for the truck. God.
Oh yeah, right? That's not.
So that's the third thing, right?
Is that a diesel?
Yeah.
So y'all got the massive tire. The one's like $1,200 to replace them.
Try $1,800.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. Ooh. Are those
okay,
the all-terrain?
That was the third thing, right? So the day after I get the new tires put on the truck, I'm driving home from work, and a rock hits my windshield from the goddamn overpass and puts this giant ass spiderweb crack in my windshield. That's thing number 4. Wait, all right, what? Do I got 2 more things coming up that's gonna really mess up my world?
You never know. When it rains, it pours, I think is what you're on right now. Not the bad things come in threes. When it rains, it pours.
I tell you what, though, the karma did even out a little bit. I did receive 3 separate scholarships for college, so I don't have to pay a single dime of my tuition for the 2020-2021 year.
That's is actually cool. Really good news.
Are you going in, or is it going to be remote learning?
It's all remote. It's all online, which is going to suck for like the math class, but everything else is pretty easy peasy.
Yeah. But I mean, at least you don't have to like hang out with a bunch of like 18, 20-year-olds,
Or 16-year-olds. The local high schools have a running start program with the community college. I was in college classes with a bunch of high school kids.
Even better.
Yeah. No thanks. I'm good.
I've been to my daughter's high school. A disgusting experience. I never want to go again. I have a big thing for smells, and every hallway in that flipping high school smelled like hot breath. Ugh, it was disgusting. Yeah. Ugh.
It's so like, bad. Was high school this bad when I went to
Probably.
high school?
We didn't care back then, though. Ugh.
But
it's awful.
Then again, when I was in high school, I went to ag class every day, so I was normally the kid that smelled like shit every day.
Hey, ag is badass. I took 3 years of ag. Why? What was the reason?
Because I was always mucking out stalls or chasing down the calves or castrating the pigs.
See, we didn't do all that. We just built cool shit whenever we went to ag. But here's the kicker. They wouldn't let me take ag my senior year, so I took home ec, and we made pancakes every morning. It was amazing. That was a great senior year. That's also
that
how I
sounds
gained
really
like 30
nice.
pounds, but whatever.
Yeah. I think
a lot
my
of
senior
fun.
year, I was like a student aide every other class period.
I think I had half
I
days.
skipped most days.
Yeah. It was
Yeah,
amazing.
I took as many spare blocks as I could my senior
And
year.
still pulled straight A's.
As you know, C's get degrees. And no need to overachieve, you know.
Hey,
It
I
didn't take much.
realized
The teachers loved me. All I had to do was do the assignments during the one class period I had and then go home.
early on that once you
Sorry.
graduate, nobody actually looks at your transcripts to see what
don't
grades you
care.
had. They don't care.
Nobody.
All they need to know is that you have a piece of paper.
That is what I've told my daughter. As I've like, listen, anything that happens in high school, no one's going to remember. No one cares. And if they do, they're weird. Only the kids that wear their letter jackets in their mid-20s are going to care. And those are the weird people that you don't want to hang out with, obviously. It's like that one old guy on Varsity Blues that went to every party and wore his letter jacket. He's
You
like
my boy,
balding.
Blue?
Yes, exactly. And dude, it's just, oh man, if I could redo high school, which I had a good high school experience, but there were a lot of things I didn't do because I'm like, oh no, that's probably not going to be look good for me. Nope. I go back. I'd do everything that I ever second guessed. I'd redo it all. Probably have a much better time as well. Fun times, guys. Wow, these are hell of a pivots. Look at this.
Yeah,
This is
been all
legitimate,
over the place.
though. This is our show, though. This is
Every once in a while, we have a decent topic that we'll talk about for a while, and then we'll go off on a tangent every 10 minutes or so that lasts 20 minutes. So then, really, we only talk about the topic for a total of 20 minutes, and the rest of the 45, 50 minutes, is just bullshitting. So
yeah. And I was trying to find topics, and I mean, there's rumors and stuff, but with absolutely no conventions going on, there's not a whole lot.
I will say this. San Diego Comic-Con, right? That's the one that did their whole virtual thing.
Yeah, Comic-Con at home.
That was pretty freaking cool. I will say that because not like you didn't get to see them like, in person, whatever. Who cares, right? You can watch it on your own time. I can still go back and watch the videos that I have not watched yet.
And I still have a few that are on my watch list. There was
you can still go back and actually participate in all of that stuff. And some of those panels were actually really interesting. Like, honestly, I think one of my favorites so far was the one they did with Charlize Theron, or Charlize Theron, I guess is how you say it. I've been saying it wrong so long, I have a hard time saying it correctly.
I just point and I'm like, that one. I don't even know how to say her first or her last name, to be 100%
I did really like the Nathan Fillion one though too, but I
haven't watched the Nathan Fillion one yet. The Charlize
it's funny.
Theron, that one.
Alan Tudyk makes an appearance.
And
he's probably one of my favorite people ever.
I'm not gonna lie.
Alan Tudyk, really?
Is. I'll see myself out.
But her story about how like the change in action movies from when she first started till like now, like when she did the Italian Job, they gave her was it 3 or 6 months extra physical training that the guys didn't have to go through because they thought because she was a woman she was out of shape.
Yep. And then she was out driving Mark Wahlberg. Come on. Yeah. Out driving Marky Mark.
Guys.
Damn girl.
Need to make a slight correction. The issue why I didn't recognize the name, I know him as the Firefly guy.
Wash?
Yes.
No, Alan Tudyk.
Wash.
Yeah. Firefly.
Or Knight's Tale, or the chicken from Moana, or the I don't remember the droid's name in Rogue One, but that's the one that he did.
It's called a launch. Hello.
Yes. I will bonk you.
I didn't even realize he's from El Paso. Wow. Huh. Small world. We're basically neighbors.
I love me some Alan Tudyk. Oh, he does Iago in the new Aladdin movie.
I have not seen. I canceled Disney Plus.
What?
I don't know. They weren't putting out enough stuff. And you know what really pissed me off about Disney Plus? My all-time, there's 2 all-time favorite movies I have. One, Heavyweights. Amazing. I could watch that movie forever. Heavyweights is, if you are a chubby dude, chubby girl, anybody, Heavyweights, bring it on. It is hilarious.
Oh, that's the fat cat movie with Ben Stiller, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes. Oh my God, dude. So good. I mean, that was my anthem whenever I was a child, was Heavyweights. And I had it on VHS. I think I watched it so many times that like the VCR ate the damn thing. That's how much I watched it.
You can call it a tape. And thank you for calling it a VCR and not a VHS player. Oh my God, it drives me nuts.
My parents also had a Betamax. We were a pretty high class.
Oh God, yeah.
But
dang.
Hey, and on that Betamax, I'll never forget it. I have not watched it since I was a small child. The one movie that they had a Betamax in their room was The Last Starfighter.
Nice.
And such a good movie.
My parents are not nerdy people, but they had that on there, and I've not watched that movie since a kid. I'm sure it's awful, but it was the shit whenever I was a small child. I mean, it was mind blowing. Anyway, but also the second movie, Little Giants. Little Giants. Do y'all remember that one? The Disney Plus movie?
I want to say yes.
The Disney movie. That's my second all-time favorite movie was Little Giants. It's got Dan Aykroyd, and it's also got Al Bundy in it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Or not Dan Aykroyd. God bless. I'm really brain fart right now. But yeah, and it's got
Rick
the
Moranis,
kid.
yeah.
Yes, it's got like the super scrawny kid with the glasses, and he shows up to practice and like bubble wrap, and he's like, "My mom says the pads you gave me weren't enough." Like, dude. That movie is hilarious too. Oh my God. There's some mid-90s Disney is amazing. Especially like the actual, like not the animated movies they did. Obviously those are amazing as well. But like,
you mean like their Friday night Disney Channel original movies that they used to do?
Look, I'm from a tiny town. We didn't have cable. I had like 9 channels to choose from, and they were not Disney or any of that.
Every Friday night, man.
Not all of us can be privileged, okay?
That's fair. I'll give you that.
But I will tell you, because I just looked, Heavyweights is on Disney Plus in Canada.
Yes, so I knew it was on Disney Plus. I watched it a couple times, but there wasn't enough new content for me to stick with it. Like I had enough. I had it for a month and a half or 2 months or whenever it was. I had enough time to watch all of the Marvel movies they had on there, probably a couple times. The good ones, like I watched a couple times. And all of the older movies that I wanted to watch, I got to watch those. I don't even think The Sandlot was on there. Sandlot's another classic. Is The Sandlot on there?
That's
Disney.
That's Disney.
Dude. Oh, ooh, don't catch me lying, but I thought it was. I could be wrong.
It's now owned by Disney. It was a Fox movie.
So, see, at the end of the day, guys, I'm always right. So, yeah, it's a Disney movie, I did not, dude, I could have swore that was a Disney movie. Wow. Dude, it made bank back in the day, too. Holy crap.
Oh, yeah, it did.
Huh.
Sandlot is a great movie.
Sandlot really is. I mean, dude, it's so weird that all these old movies, children don't even know who, like, the president was in the 90s. But if you quote, like, "You're Killing Me, Smalls," or, like, "Hey, you guys," or something like that,
yeah,
dude, every single time. They can't tell you who the president is, but like, "Oh, that's the Sandlot. Oh, my God, I love the Sandlot."
Or it's the Goonies,
amazing. Yeah. Yes.
Sandlot is on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
At least for me,
there
it is. Because I just pulled up my phone.
I thought I saw it on there too, but
you can't beat non-animated movies from the 90s. I mean, that's just, especially like The Kid, and like you've got like Road Trip, and Euro Trip was like early 2000s, but oh my God, those are classics.
Euro Trip is the best.
Oh, it's so good.
So just
good.
Scotty does it? No.
Oh, I get that song stuck in my head all the time.
The best part about that movie is how that song just kept getting bigger and bigger as the movie went on. So they're in that nightclub. They're in that nightclub whenever they figure out
and
they
it's
have
the
like
techno remix of it.
Yes, they have like $3.50 and they're rich because of the exchange rate. And it's playing a techno version of it. It's so insane. And I never knew back in the day that was Matt Damon that was singing, or that was portraying singing that song.
Yep.
You didn't recognize him?
I was very drunk back then. Okay. I haven't seen that movie in probably like 15 years, probably.
Man, but you can quote Varsity Blues.
I can. I've seen that.
I give it a 10.
But that's my hometown anthem though. Like everybody.
I was gonna say you are small town Texas, so
you got some hot dogs in here for you.
They put their wieners on the glass, the ladder club. Dude, that is a small Texas town anthem. Like my town has a flashing light. That's how tiny my town is. We're not big enough for a stoplight. Just the flashing light. Oh, it's so bad. I'm so glad I got out. It's awful.
So, being that you brought up Disney Plus and the new content, actually, there was a thing I saw a couple days ago. I know I'm springing this on you. It's actual content, something new that's not just us talking. The Mulan movie that's coming out, Disney is going to offer it as a rental on Disney Plus instead of
for how much, I wonder.
They said $29.99.
God,
to rent?
Are you kidding me? Is that CAD or Trump bucks?
Trump bucks.
So my God!
It's going to be like $40 Canadian. Because and chances are they're going to do the same thing with Scarlet Witch, or not Scarlet, Black Widow.
What?
No.
I don't want to pay $30 to watch something like a couple times.
We have drive-in theaters where I'm at. Obviously, I don't know if you guys have those up there.
We do.
I have one too, but they're about to be closed.
Why would I pay $30 for that? Dude, those should be booming right now. Hell, you take your whole family. You don't even got to get out of the car. Bring on snacks. Boom, you're good to go. Why would I pay $30?
Closed because of weather.
Okay, touche. Well, our weather. I live in a state that skips the shitty seasons. So, summer and fall, or summer and spring are like, the two good ones. Anyway, I would never pay $30 to rent something. Unless it's like a floor cleaner or something. Are you kidding me for a movie?
Yeah, so the reasoning behind it is they're obviously trying to recuperate production costs that they're going to lose from not being able to release in the theater.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah. So,
God forbid Disney loses some money on something. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
how would they ever recover? Oh man, we should really, you know what? Bailouts for everybody, I think, is in order. This is devastating.
Other movie companies have done the same thing.
Dude, there's no. I value my money too much. There's no way. There's no way in hell.
See, we did this. We actually rented. It was an animated movie that came out during COVID. Trolls Worldwide. We rented it.
I just bought it. We're gonna watch it like a million times.
I should have just bought it.
How much did you buy it for, if you don't mind me asking?
Well,
Probably
I bought
like $30.
it and the first Trolls together, like package deal.
Uh-huh.
I want to say it was like maybe $25 to $30.
Wow, are you kidding?
For both of them, it was a pretty good deal, which is why I did it.
You don't want to rent a $30 Mulan movie? What's wrong with you? We're just renting it. You're just going to borrow it for a while. $30. It's not even that much money. That's ridiculous. That shit pisses me off. I hate that. It's so greedy.
Right?
Ugh, so greedy. Anyways, now that I'm thoroughly pissed.
That's how we do this.
Oh God.
Yeah, September 4th, it'll be $29.99 US to rent.
Who would
dumb.
Why would you? Okay.
Just allow people to buy it.
It's not even that. Allow people to buy it, but you do this. You rent that bad boy for $5, $8.
Even if you do 10.
Even 10. Oh, well, we're really worried about one person renting it. And then I'm going to tell you something right now. Nobody's going to have a Mulan watching party. I don't know. No.
Well, they're not allowed to. You can't gather.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Well, all right. Yeah, that's true. All right, guys. Wink, wink. You can't gather, That's just forbidden. Okay. We know. Okay.
You know what Apple usually charges to rent a movie? Anywhere from $1 to like $4.
But
and you get it for a full 24 hours.
I thought once you start watching it, you get it for 24, right? Or you had to have it watched in like 72 or something. I can't remember.
Something like that. But still, that is like a quarter, or not even a quarter, like a fifth of what Disney wants to charge to rent Mulan.
It's not even a fifth. That's like
Apple's still doing pretty good. Let's be real.
Yeah,
so.
That's my whole thing with that. It's $30 to rent a movie.
Okay,
I could get 2 tanks of gas for that right now.
They have updated
What are you driving?
It's 2020 Kia Forte GT. It's a really fun car to drive. Oh my god, I love it.
It fits in your pocket.
Dude, it really does. It goes so fast, though. I blow the
that
doors
noise
off.
of disgust was for me, to be honest.
No, that's
it was
fine.
mainly because that's all you spend on fuel money, and I'm dying over here.
I'm
filled
sure.
my truck up for $70 today.
What is diesel? What's diesel up there right now? It's $1.89 down here. Okay, so it's not awful, but yeah, that's
no. And usually I use my Safeway Club Card rewards, so I get like 40 cents to $1 off a gallon.
That's not awful. Well, okay, that's not awful, but still, I did the whole truck thing. Trucks are fun. Okay, yes, and if you're hauling stuff, obviously you need one. But I live in the middle of the city, where I'm at. I have a HOA here. Obviously, you can't store anything here. I don't feel like storing anything anywhere storage-wise because that's a waste of money. Give me a car. Give me a fun, fast car that I can do things to and just go fast when I want to, and boom, I'm set. Oh, it's amazing. I love it.
Oh no, I'm saving up for a little beater to go back and forth to work. That's all.
I don't blame you one bit. Avoid American-made cars though, at all costs. Oh my God, don't ever buy American. That's awful.
I prefer Honda for little cars like that because they last forever.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
As long as you give them oil changes, they'll drive. You can drive them forever.
They will. Oil changes.
Every once in a while, a
fluids.
clutch change out.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
If you buy a manual.
This is the crazy thing, and I tell everybody this whenever they want to buy American. Whenever you are test driving with that salesman who is foaming at the mouth, this is another thing that pisses me off. Who's foaming at the mouth to screw you over? You never go into a car dealership and act nice, ever, because they're sharks. You ask them why foreign car companies have a better warranty and longer warranty than their American car company, and watch them slowly implode. It is amazing. It is amazing. Oh my God, I love it. Because anything, Toyota, Kia, Hyundai, whatever, it is, what is it, 4 years, 50,000 miles, or 5 years, 50,000,
like that,
bumper to bumper. And then it's like 10-year, 100,000 mile warranty. Anything American made, the most you're going to get is, I think, 5 years,
3 to 5 years,
60,000, something like that. A bumper to bumper is always, I think, the same. It's like 3 or 4 years, 36,000 miles. But the long-term warranty, that's the one that they always scrimp on. I wonder why. It's so weird. You'd think they'd stand by their products. Huh. It's almost as much. It is probably as much of a ripoff as paying $30 for a flipping rental for a movie. So who the hell would do that?
Good. Thank you for transitioning back. So they released more information today. It's $30. You do not have to be a Disney Plus subscriber, but if you are a subscriber, that $30 gives you the movie until you're no longer a subscriber.
Okay.
Oh.
Why did you start with that? Now I feel like an idiot.
Because I didn't know that until right now.
Shocker.
They released that information today.
They released it today, and here I am just bagging on them. And then here comes Steve. Well,
I mean, I probably still wouldn't pay $30 for it.
I don't know anybody that would.
Wait until it drops a little bit.
So now that makes more sense. Now it makes more sense. They did that because, hey, do you want to pay $30, or would you rather pay, what is it, $8 a month for Disney Plus? Is it still $7.99 or $7.99 Trump bucks or whatever? Yeah.
But do you still have to pay the $30 to get the movie on there?
It's yours.
Yes.
Oh, wait, you do?
Exactly.
Yeah.
See, right there.
Nope, right back to hating. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of in my life. Stupid.
It's just it's now considered buying it if you're a subscriber. You're buying it for $30 versus
for a movie.
But
that if they come out on DVD, I'll pay $15 for it.
Exactly.
Not fucking happening.
If I don't want to watch a movie in theaters, I am waiting for it to hit Redbox, and I will gladly pay $1.50 to rent it for one night. I don't know if I have to wait. That's fine. There's very few. Any superhero movie, I'll go in theaters to watch. I think the only exception is I didn't do that for Shazam, which, God, that movie was amazing.
Oh, so good.
Yes, it was. You done messed up there, friend.
I did, but it's fine. I didn't feel like I missed out anything in the theaters. Like with the Avengers, if you watch that at home, you're missing out on the experience.
Yes,
period.
that I do
it's
agree
just,
with. Yeah.
it's balls to the wall action. And then, with Shazam, still balls to the wall action, but I mean, there was, still some talking and stuff. I did not go see the third Star Wars or the new Star Wars. What is it? Episode 9 in theaters. These three did not grab me like the original.
It's okay.
Did.
Disney's treating the last 3 of the trilogy just like we're treating season 2. They don't exist. They're going to redo them all. They're completely getting rid of it. They're
resetting.
They're kind of, yeah. They're
oh god, they're gonna milk that.
We're gonna have to make an episode out of this because
I got to get more concrete details on it. But it's from the sounds of it because as soon as the movie came out and people had issues with it, they started to retcon and change stuff already. So they were already dealing with how do we do this and how do we get rid of that because people aren't happy, and so now they're already and apparently they're no longer going to give Lucasfilm to Filoni is it Filoni? The guy who did Clone Wars and Favreau. They're apparently
I think it's Filoni.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Dave Filoni. They're apparently no longer going to give Lucasfilm to Filoni and Favreau. They're going to give it back to Lucas and have Lucas be the president under Disney to make fans happy because they think that Lucas can do better. And I'm like, Lucas did the original, the second trilogy, the prequels.
Okay.
Those are horrible movies.
So
I don't know if the movies were horrible or the actors.
Yes, both. I think it's a little bit of both.
I hate on Hayden Christensen a lot, and I think Natalie Portman got a bad rap from it. But
Jar Jar Binks is all you have to say.
Okay. Okay. So here, let's do this. Let's compare something else. Jared Leto, Requiem for a Dream, amazing. Lord of War, amazing. What was the Batman? Suicide Squad. Awful. The worst thing I'd ever seen. It was, oh God, his acting in that was disgusting. So I think it was probably the script. It probably was the script.
If you listen to the stories and read the stuff that's come out about the Suicide Squad, they changed directors halfway through it.
They did.
They cut out half of the stuff he did, or more than half. There was scenes they shot with him fighting Batman, riding on the Batmobile.
I remember.
Which would have probably made the movie that much better and would have given him a better rep.
Who was Batman in that one? No one knows. It was just some dude, right? You never saw Batman except for him on the top of his Lamborghini, right?
No, it was Batfleck. It was Ben Affleck.
Oh, okay. I watched that movie once and I was like, never again. That's the thing. Disney or Marvel, period, beat the unholy living shit out of the DC universe.
They did.
And
it's hard to measure up.
It is, but here's the thing. If DC would have went about it the same way that Marvel did, where you have all of these separate introductions of heroes, and I'll be honest, I don't read comics, I never did any of that, but I knew who Iron Man was, and I knew who Thor was, and so on and so forth. But you have these individual movies, and then you tease at something bigger at the very end. DC did the exact opposite of that. I mean, what movies did you have before the big, Avenger style movie? You had the Batman versus Superman. Yes, before Justice League. Thank you.
Yeah.
You had, what did you have? You had Batman versus Superman, the Superman, which I actually like the Superman movie, the first one. And then you had a couple others, and then was there a standalone Wonder Woman movie before Justice League?
I don't know if it was before Justice League. It might have been before.
I think
Wonder Woman was before Justice League, and then Justice League came out, and then Aquaman.
We're gonna timeline.
They were all right around. I know Justice League and Wonder Woman were both 2017. I don't remember which.
Pretty sure Wonder Woman was first because it made me want to watch Justice League.
So here we go. So you had Man of Steel in 2013, Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice in 2016, Suicide Squad 2016. But Suicide Squad's kind of null and void because that played no part in Justice League, right?
Correct.
I'm pretty okay.
Right.
You
it
had
was just completely on its own.
Yes. You had the introduction to Wonder Woman in Dawn of Justice, which I watched Dawn of Justice. That was the most confusing movie I'd ever watched in my life. And everyone was like, hey, well, you got to watch the longer, like the director's cut. I'm like, well, why wouldn't they just release the damn director's cut to begin with?
Because that's how they get you.
I never went out. I never bought the DVD. I never got the DVD. I watched it once and was like, this is garbage, and never watched it again. And yeah, I mean, don't at me for saying that, but it was not good. I'm sorry. Like Thor: The Dark World was probably better than Dawn of Justice.
Ooh. Yeah, that's saying a lot. Because Dark World, I love Thor.
I love Thor too. Ragnarok was the best standalone movie. Ragnarok was the best standalone movie in the DC universe, or DC in the Marvel universe. Period. Like
I won't
Ragnarok
argue
was
with you
amazing.
on that.
Ragnarok was amazing.
Okay, I'm excited for Love and Thunder.
Wait, which
I
one
am
is that?
too.
I haven't kept.
That's
up
the
with
new
that.
Thor one. That's Thor 3.
Ragnarok blew
Or
my
Thor
fucking
4.
my mind. Period. Sorry, I just dropped an F-bomb there, but it blew my mind. Ragnarok was amazing.
We are not censoring this season 3.
I've tried to censor myself a little bit.
The doors are open on season 3.
Let him censor himself a little bit because he's one of those people that'll drop it every other word.
Oh, yes, I will. Yes, I will.
Yes. But no, I
used to be there. I feel you.
I agree with you. I agree with you on Ragnarok. It's the most watched Disney movie or Marvel movie that I've watched out of all of them.
Yeah.
For me, it's still Iron Man. I'm sorry.
The original Iron Man was good. The second Iron Man, that was okay. The third one was okay as well. I watched a video on the Iron Man 2 was supposed to be really good, but they had to cut so much out. They butchered it. And that's one thing I don't understand is I guess they want to keep the runtime down because they have to worry about profit margins and blah, blah, blah. But dude, if at the end of the day you're going to make a shit movie, don't do it. Don't do it. Because you get those people that are going to go see it 2, 3, 4, 5 times in one sitting. I mean, it's counterproductive. And hell, how long was Infinity War Part 2? It was like 3.5 hours, wasn't it?
Endgame was 3 hours.
Or Endgame. Sorry, yes, dude. That's like one of the top grossing movies of all time at 3 hours.
It's the longest superhero comic movie ever made.
It was a badass one too. I've probably seen Endgame no less than 10 times. It is so good. Just the way they did everything.
I've watched it several times as well.
Yes. And dude, I always get goosebumps whenever at the very end part, whenever Captain America finally gets to say like Avengers Assemble. And then my God, dude, I'm getting them right now.
See, I get them just before that. When he gets the on your left in his ear.
Dude. Yes. And you know
that's the part that gets me.
I never realized. So I went back and watched all the Marvel movies, and I think I commented in our Discord a long time ago. I was like, holy crap. I never realized how many callbacks there were
to all the originals.
Yes. Because that's
and how much foreshadowing the originals had.
Yes, because in Winter Soldier, whenever he meets what's his name? Oh my, I'm drawing a blank.
No,
not Bucky.
It's when he's jogging with
Sam, right?
Sam.
Was that his name? Yes. But what was the superhero
Falcon?
he played?
Falcon.
You.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes. And he's like, on your left. He's like, oh no, you did. Don't say it. And he's like, on your left. I never caught that. And then I finally caught it. And I was like, holy shit, that is amazing. So it was so good. And at 3 hours, and it still just killed it at the box office. So I don't know. It seems kind of productive to me to cut a bunch of stuff out.
So
and that's what happened with Iron Man 2.
Are either of you going to get HBO Max when it comes out? The new version?
I do not have it. I canceled HBO around the time we got Disney Plus.
I canceled HBO too. Yeah.
So they're bringing out a whole bunch of new stuff. One of the new things they're bringing out is they've given Zack Snyder the ability to release his version of Justice League.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a love-hate with a lot of sub-services. I am full-time Netflix, full-time Hulu, obviously full-time Amazon. HBO, I will wait, except for whenever like Game of Thrones was out. Real big into that. But I was actually real big into Westworld too. And also last season of Game of Thrones, I know that you guys had to talk about it. Oh, it ended on great terms. It was shit. Like it was awful. I don't let anybody tell you. It was so rushed, and the whole fast travel thing. No, it was awful. Anyway, Westworld, I kind of fell out of that. Season 3 didn't really grab me like the first season. Second season was okay with that. Watchmen, amazing.
Didn't watch
Watchmen is incredible.
Oh my God. And
really?
Yes.
Oh,
how much is HBO?
HBO, probably like $15 a month or something, I think. And Watchmen was amazing. And I learned, everybody, I think, learned about history in that. And that blew my mind as well. That was such a well done. And it's only one season. That was a one and done, and it will never pop out again. There will not be a season 2, at least from what I understood. That was a one and done season.
That's my understanding
Perfect.
too.
Perfect.
So what you're referencing with the whole history thing is
never knew.
They touch on what was called the Black Wall Street.
Yes. So 1919 Tulsa race riots is
the
what,
Tulsa
is
race
what
riots.
It is. And that it's factually accurate. Every bit of that is factually accurate. I had to Google
and it's
this.
how the series opens. It is incredible.
So you're like, and this, to give you my just experience with it, I was like, holy crap. I was like, this is a crazy alternate universe that they have thrown us into. And then whenever I started reading, and they were like, yeah, that's actually factually accurate. That happened. And then you go and read everything. I mean, even the part where there are planes overhead, that's all real. And I was like, oh my, this is real. And I was hooked instantly. I mean, it was, wow. Great show, Watchmen. If you haven't seen it, definitely I would go check that out immediately. It was a very well one and done season. So it was good.
Yeah. And it continues from where the books/movies left off.
Yes, actually, yes. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. And you know what? I watched the movie back in the day, hated it the very first time I saw it. I was young, I was dumb, you know.
Same.
I didn't
honestly, I was the same. I wasn't mentally there enough to understand what they were doing.
Nope, me either. And then I went back and watched it. Probably first time was like 10 years ago. I was like, holy shit. I was like, damn, this is pretty good. And then I watched it a few more times. And then I watched it before the actual Watchmen series came out. And I was like, wow. So yeah, it plays off the events. So watch the movie before you watch I guess, what do they call that? A mini series or a limited series? Yeah.
Yeah.
So HBO's got some really good stuff, man. I mean, that's, Band of Brothers and all that stuff, but their superhero stuff, very well done. Slight pivot, but The Boys as well. Oh my God.
That's Amazon though. That is Amazon.
It is Amazon. Touche. Yes, it is Amazon. But that is what I want from an adult superhero show. Just so gritty, and it shows like just how corrupt everything is. I mean, you've got Marvel and you've got DC, and oh my God, we're fighting for the good and all that. And then you have The Boys, and it's like, look at all these good guys. Like, it starts out good, right? It starts out, they stop the robbers and all that, and they're the heroes and all that, and then it just gets batshit crazy from there. It's oh man, it's so good. Did you ever September 4th, right?
September 4th, and it's not bingeable.
Season 1 yet.
Oh my! How did you not binge that? I binged it.
Okay, look, man, I'm a little busy. All right.
Hey, I am too. I make time. I don't like that excuse where I'm at. I'm like, hey, I make the time if I want to make the time.
But they are not making it bingeable. Just so you're aware.
No, they're not.
So they're doing. On September 4th, you were going to get the first 3 episodes of season 2. And then they're introducing a new, kind of like The Talking Dead did after The Walking Dead, where they would have a talk show.
No.
And then they're going to do
that.
This is what they're doing. And then they're going to do a weekly episode for 4 weeks until it's done.
Oh my God. No. Stupid. Who watches that? I never watched the talk, even whenever The Walking Dead wasn't ridiculous and I stopped watching it. And whenever I was super into it, man, I never watched The Talking Dead ever.
I did.
Yeah,
I watched a
think
few
I stopped
episodes. I didn't
watching
mind
The
it.
Walking Dead about the time they got locked in the boxcar.
Oh, dude, that was like prime.
Oh.
I think I watched like a season or two after that, and then once they made it to Sanctuary. No, wasn't what was the town? Sanctuary was the boxcar one. No, that was Terminus. Terminus was the boxcar stuff. Sanctuary or whatever.
Sanctuary.
I can't remember.
Was
I
that
stopped
the prison?
watching. No, Sanctuary was like the settlement that had the walls. I think they called it Sanctuary. I could be
outside
wrong.
of I think they were outside of DC.
Oh, yeah, it was somewhere around in there. I stopped watching sometime after that. I can't remember, but I never got into the talking stuff ever. I don't like it whenever people talk at me for extended periods of time.
Like we're doing.
Yeah, well, yes, but this is a little different. I don't know. It's odd. I like to bounce around if you guys can't already tell.
No, it's all good.
Yeah.
So
lots of fun.
It is. We should probably call it here though.
It's been an hour and like 30 minutes, hasn't it?
Pretty close.
Just
hour
about,
and 25, yeah.
Oh, you know what? Before we end, Dr. Disrespect, I saw a tidbit. I didn't watch any of the stream. He had like 250,000 people on YouTube, I think, watching him.
370 today. 370K is where it peaked.
Who?
And it wasn't even him.
Dr.
Live.
The Doc. Wait, it wasn't?
No, all it was a static video loop of like a gas station with like his Lambo or whatever, and randomly throughout the time that it was live, it would play like this pre-recorded fake news interview thing talking about him coming back.
Well, so
his official first stream is tomorrow.
It's been made known that he will not be offered partnerships at Facebook and YouTube.
Yeah,
so and no one knows what he did, right? No one knows.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. And apparently, Twitch has told all of their partners that they are not allowed to play games with him while they are live streaming.
Yeah, I remember seeing something about that, which I never watched. I watched him from time to time. It was a little too much for me. Like, I know it's a persona, but it's just a little too.
It's not my content that I like to watch.
No, it's not.
So.
Not to knock the guy. I mean, hell, he built so much, honestly.
He makes a killing.
An empire, yes, for sure.
Yeah.
But the whole persona thing, it just wasn't for me. But 370,000 people for a looped video is insane. Like, I don't know. It's crazy to me. But Facebook and YouTube aren't going to offer him partnership. So, but they said that he is allowed to stream there.
Yeah. So whatever he did, I don't know. I have no idea. He was one of the largest streamers on Twitch after Ninja and Shroud left. And after Mixer got shut down, he was banned from Twitch, and no information has come out as to why.
And that is very impressive that has not been leaked. That is super impressive. Especially for a platform like Twitch and with how much traffic they have daily.
Well, and just
I'm
social media
in
streaming
general,
and social media in general, like it usually gets out, which to me makes it honestly think like it's something serious, like legally serious.
Right.
That needs to be ironed out. So nobody wants to risk being called like libel or slander or anything. Yeah. Nobody wants to risk it at all.
Yeah.
So.
Did you talk about our YouTube channel?
Steve is gone.
Sorry.
Forever.
I was distracted by a child. What is up?
Oh.
I missed the question.
I said, did you mention anything about our YouTube channel at all?
No, not yet. I was about to. I was going to say you can now find all of our season 1 and our single season that didn't happen episode on YouTube, which is
it's just the bonus season 1 episode.
It's just
bonus one.
I'm full of great ideas. I should be on a corporate team somewhere, but you should take season 2 and make it your pilot episode as a joke and only people that listen to this show will understand
get the joke
and find it.
Oh my
funny.
God, I love it.
Oh, I will.
Because they'll listen to it and they'll be so confused.
You should list it as
why are
pilot.
there 3?
We're back, baby, and then everything else you list as season
with that
1.
whole epic intro that got recorded that is now scrapped and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be hilarious. I love it.
Wait, what was?
Are we gonna get a new intro?
I'm looking at things to get a new intro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just curious.
So
I'm
chances
slightly
are
out
we're
of
going
the
back
loop.
to the music again.
Do you have a TLDR of the epic intro that is no more?
So
It's just because
Aaron,
Aaron is included in it and he's, no longer because he sucks.
Who?
But
yeah,
exactly.
and our D&D master helped him record it.
Yeah.
Bless.
Was it him or was it the other guy?
No, it was
Say
him.
no more, fam.
Gotcha.
I get it.
Yeah. But the one thing that we didn't mention, which was amazing, was that beautiful sign that Aaron has of our logo that somebody, I don't remember his name.
Oh, yeah.
And I
that
feel
was
like an
awesome.
idiot. I apologize profusely because I don't remember your name.
Shit.
But Aaron has this beautiful, 4-foot tall wooden sign that's painted of our logo, the question mark with the dice behind it, and it is gorgeous. He's got it in his games garage.
Did he share a picture of that? I haven't seen that yet.
It's pretty cool.
I don't know if he shared the picture of it. We definitely need to get him to share it because it is incredible.
Ugh, man bun. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm scrolling up to try to see if I can find it, and I saw the man bun, and that was nasty.
No, we'll just tag him again and get him to share the picture because I want to put it on our Facebook too. The sign is gorgeous. The plan was initially to ship it up here to me, and then when we're doing the live stream of it, to have it in the background. But the cost to ship that thing up here is going to be insane because it's like a 60-pound wood sign.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was really, really nice. So yeah, on that note, let's we'll call it a night, and hopefully we'll have an episode 2 to this season.
Yeah,
I'm sure
right.
we will.
Future.
Let's be honest, we have no excuse now. We are we are not bedridden, we're home ridden. So
this is true.
Yeah.
If you have an excuse, that is unacceptable.
I feel like Thursday nights are gonna work though. What do you think, Popo?
They should. I'll be honest with you, it's probably going to vary week by week depending on what I have going on.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm a very popular person, online and offline. It's just how it is. Jealousy, I know, it's crazy.
But
we'll
we
just have to
already
play
know
it by
Friday
ear.
nights for the boys.
So. It really is. Yes, it really is. It really is.
Yeah. We'll keep our schedules updated.
We'll figure it out.
Discord
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what? Worst case, this will be pilot 2. So
yeah, worst case scenario, pilot 2. But yeah, no, this is good to be back. So it's nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Thanks for having me, guys.
And welcome.
Yes,
I'm fairly sure I will be on the next one as well.
You haven't done anything for me to kick you off, so yeah.
That's very true.
You didn't make any woman jokes, so we're good.
That's very true. You know, I would never do that.
That's very difficult for you to avoid them, I know.
I'm unsure what you're talking about, to be 100% honest. Very respectful at all times.
I'll go back to the kitchen when I'm done here. Don't worry.
Well, as long as you find those truffles, weirdo, I think you'll be fine, you know?
All right.
Great talk, guys.
Yes, great talk. On that note,
Good
good
talk.
night.
Night, guys.
Later, nerds.
Later, nerds.